The coconut belt is coming to be Swarm Simulator, so what's it gonna cost? Well, I've made my theories, which is why in this video we are going to be answering that question. With that said, this is, in my opinion, the most accurate theory on the coconut belt cost. Alright, so starting off with the obvious, it's definitely going to take 500 coconuts, because one thing we have to keep in mind when making these predictions is what stage in the game you're going to be getting this. From what I know, it's going to be before you get your endgame tool, but sometime after the pedal belt. So we have to keep in mind it must be more expensive than the pedal belt and the other coconut gear, but it can't be more expensive than the endgame tools. And with that information, we can start making our theories. So it's definitely going to take 500 coconuts because that's the max. This took 150. Coconut canister took 150. But considering how tough the coconut belt is going to be to get, it's definitely going to take 500 coconuts. Now, in order to make our predictions, we have to start looking at the other items. Well, one thing I noticed is that the coconut clogs cost 100 glue. The coconut canister doesn't cost any, but if we actually take a look at the pedal belt also costs 100. And considering it's more expensive than that, less expensive than the endgame collectors, I feel that the coconut belt will not only take the 500 coconuts, but probably about anywhere from 250 glue to 500 glue. I feel like 500 is kind of a lot, so I'm gonna stick with 250 glue for now. After that is the red and blue extracts. Well, if you actually look on the coconut gear, you can see one boot has blue, the other boot has red, or one clog, if you will. And as for the canister, there's blue on one side and red on the other. And considering if you actually look at the coconut canister cost, it does take some blue and red extracts, so I have a feeling that it's probably going to take some of those. Now, in order to figure out just how many blue and red extracts, we're going to have to look at some other items, and that's where the gummy boots come in, because if you actually go and take a look at the gummy boots, I feel like you're going to be getting this after the gummy boots, by the way. The gummy boots take 250 of each extract, and also 500 glue. Now, for the blue and red extracts, it's definitely going to be more than the coconut canister, and it's definitely going to take more than the gummy boots, which is why I feel that the coconut belt will probably take about 500 of each extract. It's kind of a lot, but this belt is pretty good. It's going to have a new passive, so it's definitely going to be worth those extracts. Now, I feel like it's probably going to take 2 more items to craft. Now, before we get into those final 2 items, we have to cover the honey. Obviously, it's going to be pretty tough to predict how much honey this is going to cost, but just looking at the pedal belt's 15 billion honey and the cost of everything else, I have a feeling that this is probably going to take anywhere from 1 trillion to 2.5 trillion honey to craft. And now we move on to the final 2 items. So keep in mind, so far we already have 500 coconuts, 250 glue, 500 of each extract, and in my opinion, probably 2.5 trillion honey. Actually, I take it back. It's going to be 1 trillion honey. So next up, I feel like it's probably going to take either super smoothies or purple potions, just because that's what the new endgame collectors take to craft, and I feel like Onnit's going to want to incorporate that into crafting more. But the gummy baller takes 50 super smoothies to craft, and if you actually go and take a look at the actual planner of plenty, it takes literally 100 super smoothies to craft. I don't feel like it's going to be crazy expensive with super smoothies, which is why I think Onnit's just going to stick to purple potions on this one. My best guess is that it will probably be anywhere from 50 to 100 purple potions. Now, the next ingredient for the Cocoa Belt is actually not what you would think. Now, most people think that there's going to be a turpentine, and yes, I think that's possible, but just thinking about when you're going to be eating this Cocoa Belt, the stage of the game that you're going to be in, it might be pretty hard to get a terp, which is why I feel like instead of that, it's going to be tropical drinks. Now, just how many tropical drinks? Because that's going to be pretty hard to predict. Some people are saying 1,000, even 1,500, but I think people are forgetting just how long it takes to actually get those tropical drinks, and I don't think Onnit wants to make it so that it takes a year to get this coconut belt, which is why I think it could actually be anywhere from 500 tropical drinks to 750. And even 750 sounds like a lot, which is why I think that it's actually probably going to be about 500 tropical drinks. So what is the final cost of the coconut belt? Well, it's 500 of each extract, 500 coconuts, 250 glue, 1 trillion honey, no turpentine, 50 purple potions, and 500 tropical drinks. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're still in school, good luck on your finals. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Sorry I took a break from YouTube, but I'm back, and I'll see you guys in the next video.